Good morning. It is Wednesday, January 8th, and this is Michigan Mornings from Ave Maria Radio and the Ave Maria Radio app. I'm Matthew Handley. Coming up, public opinion on marriage may surprise you. But first, your local weather and this news. The Michigan House and Senate meet today in Lansing to begin their next session. The office of the State House Speaker is expected to be up for a vote, with Representative Matt Hall of Richland widely expected to cruise to the victory, as he's been acting as Speaker-elect for the past several weeks. Republicans will take control of the House by a 58-52 margin after Democrats had the majority for the previous 2 years. Democrats still control the Senate, as those terms are for 4 years. A woman who was found dead in 2006 has finally been identified as Darylnn Washington. Police say she was likely the victim of a serial killer who was sentenced to life in prison without parole that same year for killing several other women. Shelley Brooks had paid the woman for sex and was tried for 2 of their deaths, with the other charges dropped after his sentence. All the bodies of the women were found in remote areas in Detroit. Washington's remains were found in an abandoned home and identified through advanced DNA testing. South Haven is eyeing a former manufacturing site to build affordable housing, despite its contamination with PFAS chemicals. City Manager Kate Hosier says they have a real need for affordable housing, and the 5.5-acre site would be ideal.
The city of South Haven is not unique. Many communities around Michigan and, of course, the nation are looking for housing options, and we do see the need for different housing options for income typologies to meet the growing need for housing in this area.
S.E. Overton Company was on Elkenberg Street near Indiana Avenue from the early 1900s until it was sold in 1995, and the building was demolished during the 2010s because of a roof collapse. The state found PFAS chemicals in the groundwater testing in 2023, and Hosier says it needs to be mitigated if they construct housing there. Italian automotive design company Italdesign will set up their U.S. headquarters in the Detroit suburb of Bloomfield Township. Lieutenant Governor Garland Gilchrist made the announcement at the Consumer Electronics Show 2025 yesterday. The headquarters will bring 24 high-paying jobs to the state and contribute over $20 million in private investment. The Michigan Economic Development Corporation will provide a $200,000 performance-based grant. And the North American International Auto Show starts this week in Detroit after the event took 2024 off. Officials say security will be a top priority for the show. Police in the DMC Detroit Receiving Hospital's trauma unit say they are ready for the event. The Wayne County Sheriff's Office will have a boosted presence over the next 2 weeks at Huntington Place. You're listening to Michigan Mornings. Now this. We're going to see some flurries now and again until the early afternoon in Detroit. Otherwise, it will be mostly cloudy with highs around 24. Tonight, scattered snow showers and lows around 10. Tomorrow will be mostly sunny with highs in the mid-20s. Friday, snow is likely in the afternoon, temperatures in the upper 20s, and Saturday will be mostly cloudy with highs around 30. Right now, it is 23 and overcast in Detroit. We're going to have mostly cloudy skies in Saginaw today, and our high will reach 22. Tonight will be partly cloudy with lows around 6. Tomorrow will be mostly sunny with highs around 25. Friday, there's a chance of snow throughout the day. Temperatures will be in the upper 20s. Saturday will be partly sunny with highs around 30. Right now, it is 19 and overcast in Saginaw. A recent survey showed that regular Americans don't think marriage is as outdated as you might have realized. Dr. Ray Guarendi has more.
But this was a survey done at University of Texas. They surveyed 1,500 Americans, 18 years or older, and released this. 89% of those surveyed agree, quote, all things being equal, it is better for children to be raised in a household that has a married mother and father. I don't know what those stats would be now. I would imagine they're less because the relentless pounding of our culture that says, hey, marriage, mom, dad, kids, traditional setup, old, patriarchal, oppressive, get rid of it. One option, not the best option, just an option among others. And many people believe it's not even a good option among others. And as a matter of fact, millennials under age 34 more are living together than are married, and more are having children out of wedlock than in wedlock. So I would imagine some of those, but still it would be overwhelming. Only 12% described marriage as a, quote, old-fashioned, outmoded institution. So what else we got here? 93% of married Americans say that they would marry their spouses again. Well, I mean, I would. She's older now, but I mean, okay, if when I got married at age 31, she was 26. So if I say I'd have to marry her again, well, I guess so, but I probably would look really odd being with somebody that much older than me. So this is an example of when you pay attention to the opinion shapers of our culture, whether it's media, whether it's Hollywood, universities. When you pay attention to them, you think you're just way off, way out there. Nobody thinks like you. When in fact, a lot of the realistic traditions that people have die hard.
The Doctor Is In is on weekdays at 1 p.m. on Ave Maria Radio. St. Proclus of Constantinople says the water of the flood destroyed the human race, but now the water of baptism has recalled the dead to life by the power of the one who is baptized. I'm Matthew Handley. That's going to do it for this edition of Michigan Mornings on a Tuesday. Lord willing, I will talk to you again tomorrow. Until then, goodbye.